for 6. Tikshana back in the side, left out for the first game, but coming back because Sri Lanka depleted with 4 players not available, either sick or rested. 3 of them, in fact, unwell. Doesn't really carry too much in terms of batting credentials, but he needs to hang in there with Pawan Ratnayaka.
Losing 6 wickets in 35 overs, not going very well for the Sri Lankans. And on the other hand, when you look at Faisal's confidence is growing. Picked up 2 wickets, playing for the first time in Pakistan. And that's a great move, bringing him in the side when you already won the series. There we go. And when you have not faced him before, he always will cause issues for you. And this was another very nicely flighted delivery. It's the length he bowled, and I don't think Samra Wickrame read him. He was playing for maybe ball going away from him, played with the angle bat. Yeah, that's the one Samra Wickrama was thinking. He thought the ball was going to go away from him, and hence that's the reason why he played with that angle bat. This was a great delivery. Slower, allowed the ball to pitch and spin. Another fielder comes in. So he's got both hand covers, leg gully. That is magnificent. So nice to see.
This is the wicket. Now you talk about the length he bowls, and Samara Wickrama pushing at that delivery, and maybe with a slightly angled bat.
Yeah, that angle bat didn't help.
What a wonderful over. He finishes his 9th, just 2 runs and a wicket, 167 for 6. Well, no half century for Sri Lanka in this innings too. Samara Wickrama 48. Pawan Ratnayaka was quite happy to support him, but now needs to take the main role. 8 of 15. Tikshana with him. Sri Lanka's left with 14 overs.
विंकू का नाम कोई मिटाएगा ना, जेल में घुस के उसको मिटाएंगे आप।
हमको विंकू से प्यार ना तबाही हो गया था जब पहली बार मिलाए थे हम।
दूर दूर से काहे पूरो,
विंकू को बाजार को छीन के ले जाए हमसे।
पास में आके हमको छू लो। तुम उसको हम दोनों के बारे में सब कुछ बताओगे।
If you really take a close look at the surface, I don't think it's been as true as the first 2. So there's been something for the bowlers. We've seen a few balls staying down, a lot of turn from the left arm spinner. Of course, we talk of wrist spin, the revolutions on the ball, the wrist rotation and all that, but still, there has been something for the bowlers.
I think it's the mindset of a batting team, Sri Lanka, because they got a good start, and they would, after that, once Pakistani bowlers found the right length, they struggled. Yes, they played some poor shots, with the angle bat, just trying to push the ball into the cover. And there are a few cracks on the surface, the odd one just hitting the crack and bouncing a bit more, the odd one keeping low. And it's more than that. I think, yes, the pitch maybe played a little bit of role in the situation where the Sri Lanka is. But more than that, it's just the mindset. They already lost the series and they had to make a few changes. A few players sick and players who are in form are not playing this game. So it's a kind of, it really plays on you. Jain Shafridi didn't do much with the ball in the early part of the game. Now he's looking to bowl short. This was a beauty. A bit of drift. Look where he left his hand. They're supposed to be going in that blue area, that line. The ball should be going. But after pitching, he just ripped back. And Samra Vikrama had no answer. Classy delivery.
Runs here. Useful runs for Sri Lanka. Every run will matter. Rizwan, it is having a lot of work to do, so that's 3. But on the point about the surface, I agree that Pakistan has bowled brilliantly. The fact that the approach of Sri Lanka, that has aggravated the situation, allowed Pakistan to dictate terms. And also they just kept picking away at good areas. They got something off the surface. Sri Lanka's plan appeared to try and bat deep. Kusal Mendis and Samra Vikrama were taking their time.
Too much time. But when you take too much time, the other team's not out of the game. They know that anytime they lose wicket, they are on top. And also they've bowled so many good overs in the middle where runs were not moving, scoreboard was still. And that's the reason. Once that happens and then suddenly you lose wicket, Kusal Mendis losing that wicket after playing so many deliveries, the damage was bigger than normal.
I agree. Spot on. .171 for 6. Now the rate of scoring is 4.62. We're down to the last 13 overs. Faisal has bowled 9 overs, take 2 for 34. He's got a slip in with Deekshan on strike. Bit of bounce that time.
I think once Faisal's done with his overs, Sri Lanka will feel a little bit more comfortable. They've dealt with the pacers a bit better than facing the spinners. I was expecting Sri Lanka to play better against the spin, but not the case. They struggled. Normally subcontinent teams, you expect them to play really well. But I love the variation from this young Faisal. He's got control. I think the investment selectors have made in him is started paying off. Been on the tour once, and now he knows what pace needs to be bowled in one-day cricket. Yeah, a little bit flight, and this was beautifully played. Good use of the feet, got to the pitch, and then, of course, the best part was picking up the gap.
That's something we haven't really seen too much from the Sri Lankan batting. Look at how he uses the feet, gets to the ball, gets as close as possible, and then goes through that offside. That is a very good shot by young Paman Ratnayaka on his debut. He's under a lot of pressure. Make no mistake.
I think he surprised Faisal because Faisal wasn't expecting that. Oh, another great comeback. He's got all sorts of variations, isn't he? And then, of course, with that little bit of drift, that's the googly on the left, and on the right is the one which comes back to the right hand. Now, watch both of them turning massive. Again, coming out of his crease. 2 for 40. One more ball remaining from Faisal Akram, who has caused so many issues for Sri Lanka. If you can't read him from the hand, let alone the ball, because one-day cricket, if you start looking at the ball, it's hard to react then. You have to read from the hand. It's in the air. A rare bad delivery from Faisal, but he's done well for his spell. 10 overs, 2 for 42. Brilliant. 38 gone, 179 for 6. Couple of good overs, but they kept on losing wickets, Sri Lankans, and that's where the problem lies. Ratanaike is probably their hope now. Maybe 230, 240 at least. Give yourself a chance.
Well, it's imperative that Sri Lanka bats the 50 overs. I mean, I'm not sure they're looking at any target at all, but batting the 50 overs has to be their primary target. And then doing so, if Ratanaike can stay in, he can score useful runs. So that has to be the plan. He's forced himself into this side with a good record. His record has been good, as we've seen in his list A career, seen him play at A level, emerging level. He's done no harm in terms of the chances. It was just that he needed the opening, and it's come via the sickness, with Sri Lanka not available.
The problem I see is Ratanaike is on debut, so he's also under pressure, scoring runs, and then he's got to deal with all the tailenders that they stick around. Nice and full delivery, swinging away from Thikshana. So he's got to really play well. Ratanaike, I feel that he's still feeling pressure. 22 deliveries he's faced, 14. That's why he's sort of rotating the strike. He's asking Thikshana to just keep going.